Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports episode 22. I'm Taylor Phillips. Find me on Facebook, Taylor Phillips. Like my Facebook page, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page. Join my group, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports Group. And of course, find me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Sorry about the technical difficulties last night and this morning. Last night I forgot to turn on my microphone, and then this morning I had some internet connection trouble again, the same kind of internet trouble. So I want to get to the Tigers first. They lost 11-6. Justin Verlander gave up 5 runs on 4 hits in just 1 inning. Struck out the side, but had a major shoulder soreness issue. And he had that shoulder soreness, I heard from Matt Derry from Detroit Sports 105.1, before Verlander even started. Derry said Brad Ausmus and Kevin Rand should have taken him out before the game even started. And I agree with Derry. Health is always one of the first priorities for this team. We want the entire team to be 100%. That as goes for Miguel Cabrera, who's also coming off the same kind of off-season surgery, which is core muscle. And with the Royals winning last night 3-2 over the Athletics in KC, the Royals have taken over first place by a half game, and that's not good for the Tigers and their fans. There's more on Justin Verlander's shoulder soreness. He was going to be reevaluated today. Verlander quoted last night at 41 minutes past midnight, "Obviously, I'm concerned. You got to get an MRI. That's never a good sign. It's the first time in my career. Every other time I've had an MRI, it's been a good reason for the team physical. Now it's a little different. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. I've never been through this before." So Verlander says he is a little bit nervous. He said the issue has been lingering for a while, and then gave the shortest possible answer when asked if he could define a while, and he said no. He says it's been the worst it's been in my career was that 1 inning outing, and they saw it. He was also asked whether he takes pride in the fact that he's never missed a start in the majors due to a health issue. He said a lot of pride. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know what the best case scenario is. I don't know if I go in and there's nothing structurally wrong. I don't know if they would want me to take a rest. If it's in my hands, I would be able to go out and pitch my next start. Those are all things we'll have to discuss after further evaluation. Well, Verlander should know that we need Verlander to take a rest until the shoulder and core muscle surgery repair both heal up. We want him completely 100%, especially before the playoffs. And I don't think the core muscle surgery repair heals up for too long. if you just give it a rest and just be put on the 15-day disabled list. But not quite on the 60-day disabled list. That would be too long and time consuming. The Tigers need Verlander in the postseason and at 100% at the same time. And I think there's a possibility. Verlander said he was pretty upset when manager Brad Ausmus took him out of the game. They talked about it, and after having cooled down a little bit, it was probably the right move. It's just the competitive nature in Verlander that says he doesn't want to. He doesn't ever want to come out of a ball game. But it is just the injury. We already know the rules. This has nothing to do with the rules. Ausmus told the media he was watching Verlander's delivery, and Ausmus didn't think that he thought his delivery was any different, but it just looked to me like it was different. Pitching coach Jeff Jones knows him better than Ausmus. I consulted Jeff, and Jeff kind of saw the same thing. Ausmus was actually immediately worried from the start of the game. Time will tell. Chris Ayatt from MLive.com writes, time will tell how severe the injury is. Time and an MRI, of course. The Tigers could use some good news with Sanchez heading for the disabled list and Joakim Soria already on it. Sanchez is already on it, Chris. You should know that. You should already know that. The Tigers sitting in second place, as mentioned before. But right now, the Tigers are taking the bad news one day at a time. They have to be more careful. And the column just caught my eye here. But finishing this article first, just one more statement. General Manager Dave Dombrowski quoted, "There's no sense in speculating because we'll know more in the next couple of days." Now, column says Justin Verlander blunders and the bat boy going down. What else can go wrong for the Tigers? By the way, last night before the game, Kevin Whelan, Ian Kroll, and Justin Miller were called up. And Pat McCoy and I think Blaine Hardy were both sent down. I think it was Blaine Hardy, that second guy. Running back, Joe LaPointe writes, running back to the dugout from MLive.com after exchanging the batting gloves of Rajai Davis for sliding gloves after his double, the Tigers bat boy slipped in the first base coaching box, fell backward, and had to be helped off the field with what looked like a serious leg injury. With two men out, Davis still on second base, and Detroit trailing, he tried to score on a hard single to right field by Miguel Cabrera. Davis easily was thrown out at home plate. The second time in a game, a Tiger was retired at the plate to end an inning with his team trailing by 4 runs. that's just strange on the negative side of things. Brad Ausmus told the media they were a little sloppy in the field and had a couple base running blunders, and they committed 3 errors defensively, and one of the best pitchers in Tiger history is being evaluated. He should have been evaluated earlier in this season, Brad. His core muscle surgery and his shoulder, you put them together and you have a banged up ace for the whole season. And you're still putting him out there. Even Terry Francona would have known a lot, especially Terry Francona would have known a lot better if he was managing the Tigers. And I want him to manage the Tigers next year. Seriously. Brad, you're just a rookie manager that doesn't know how to manage in the major leagues. You're an Ivy League manager. I give you props for that. You're a beginner. Welcome to the big leagues, old man. Well, half old man. Not as old as Jim Leyland is. Leyland's one of the best managers in Major League Baseball history. The winningest manager in Tigers history, at least. I think that's at least something that I know of him. And Leyland won a World Series in '97 with the Marlins. Freddie, a caller earlier today, told Matt Deary that Leyland never won a World Series. That's not true. I just said Leyland won the '97 World Series with the Marlins. Get that through your head there, Freddie. I'm just telling you that. Thank you. Please and thank you. But all in all, the Tigers were sloppy and almost nothing was going their way except they scored 6 runs. They just couldn't quite catch up to the Pirates. That's one thing we all know. I also found more Kate Upton bashers based on Justin Verlander's performance. You know, you guys who bash Kate Upton so much, every time Verlander struggles or at least takes a tough loss on a great performance, you bash her anyway. And my response: you watch too much Howard Stern or too much television on the E! channel. You want to be a sports fan? Look more around sports instead of entertainment, Hollywood, and gossip and crap. And quit drinking so much alcoholic fluid or whatever. And get real sports through your heads. I spotted you guys on mlive.com. I spotted a few more of you guys on mlive.com. I don't care if you joke around or just being stupid and stuff. That's not the way sports talk goes. I'm sorry, it's just not. Sports talk is more serious, sounds more serious than that. And no jinxing either. It's fun, but it's serious too. And no, I don't take all things seriously. This is it. This is just it right here. Tigers call up Buck Farmer after Verlander's injury. He's a 5th-round pick of the Tigers from last year. Will start Wednesday in place of Rick Porcello, whose next start will be pushed back Friday after he pitched Sunday in a 19-inning 6-5 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays. Robbie Ray will start tonight. Farmer at age 23 was 10-5 with a 2.60 ERA and 18 starts this season for the Single A West Michigan Whitecaps, and then went 1-0 with a 3 flat ERA for 2 starts for the Double A Erie Seawolves. And I'm not getting a lineup here. And I'm not getting a Detroit Tigers game day article on mlive.com either. I will post both lineups to you later on. Moving on to some Lions, my operation board is not even appearing on my Spreaker screen on my screen on the Spreaker app. So I apologize for that. Defensive lineman Nick Failrley of the Lions was demoted during Monday's practice amid frustration. That was yesterday's practice. Frustration from the Detroit Lions defensive line. Caldwell was asking if there was a depth chart saying Fairley was with the twos. They don't issue practice. The Lions do not issue practice depth charts.